Welcome to April 22nd, 2013. This week begins with Earth Day, and there's no better time than now to recognize that our planet is really changing. We've seen these enormous storms, we see the tides rising. We must do all we can to right the wrongs, or else we'll pay the price. With the sun fully on in Taurus, the new burst of spring air may allow us to engage and open ourselves to others in ways we haven't in the past. This is a critical piece, connecting, this make things better. The applying pressure of reorganization and reconstruction are in full mode as Uranus and Pluto form a tight square that is weeks away from being exact. It is during the applying period, that leading up period, that we feel the greatest impact. If that wasn't enough, we have a full moon lunar eclipse happening this week on the 25th at 6 degrees Scorpio. This eclipse falls near Saturn, currently in retrograde, so we may be facing a responsibility that maybe has gone overlooked, perhaps. That's a very obvious thing, because Saturn is about accountability and responsibility. Eclipses are powerful events, and although a lunar eclipse isn't as potent as a solar eclipse, the energy of our closest orb, the moon, does have an impact. In a lunar eclipse, the Earth stands between the sun and the moon. So, in the eclipse usually marks a culmination of some sort. Typically, it's the beginning or the ending of something. Have you been working towards something? Is something coming to a close or a new beginning? Do you sense something on the horizon that could be, manifesting itself? Usually something ends or begins, so be prepared to shift to a new plateau. You should view these types of events as just that, a plateau. Just because something is coming to an end doesn't mean it has to be drama. It can be an exhilarating time in the same capacity. By the same token, since the energy is so intense, you might want to postpone certain conversations until the energy is dissipated. After all, the moon does rule our emotions, so you can imagine where things may go if left unchecked. Emotions, impulsivity, the moon, you can imagine where that goes. If you can put off a touchy conversation for a week or two, you will be happy. If you've got to discuss a budget with your wife or your significant other or your husband, put it off if you can. True astrology comes from accuracy. When you know the exact details of your chart, you get instructions that are granular to you. I did a party a few weeks ago where 8 women were in a room, and I did charts in each of them individually, and it was phenomenal. Every one of them sat there and shook their head, and they agreed with what I was saying, and they could see the potential where it went. Phenomenally rich. I didn't know any of them. All I had was their birth date, place, and time. This is really, really accurate. It's phenomenal. Incredible amount of instructions are there for you. I host a weekly radio show called Turning of the Wheel every Saturday at 11 o'clock on Contact Talk Radio. You can get there from my website. The shows are then podcast on iTunes for the remainder of the week and forever for that matter. And most importantly, if you want a reading, contact me at chris@chrisflisher.com or visit my website, chrisflisher.com or turningofthewheel.com. I am a donation-based entity, so all that you can do to help me keep this boat afloat, this wheel a-turning, is appreciated very much. So please do all you can to help. It doesn't take much, just a little donation. I got a donation button on my newsletter. You just click it, and whatever you want to put in there, it helps keep this great wheel turning. So I appreciate that. I'll talk to you all next week, and thank you.